Hey guys, what's up? It's Samantha, and today I'm going to be memory keeping the week of February 28th through March 6th. And I'm using a super old Scribble Prince Co. kit. This was, I believe, either a Cyber Monday mystery or an anniversary kit at some point, but it was years ago, and I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've held on to it and I've never used it. And honestly, it was like getting to the point where the sticker paper was starting to like very slightly discolor because it was so old and I hadn't used it. And I kept debating about whether to destash it, and I decided to just use it. It was one of those kits that I held on to for like the perfect week, and then as time went on and kit formats and my planning style changed so much, I didn't want to use it as much anymore. So I've been trying to be better about using kits within a year or two of when I get them, because when planning styles change and formats change, all of a sudden it's harder to go back to older styles. But I did a very white space spread with this because it had the old style little things and didn't have as many, fancy labels and all that kind of stuff. So I made it work. I pulled in this mixed metal sparkly hollow champagne lights, since I believe this kit might have come with mixed metal foil bundle, like silver and gold, but I wanted to make it a little more sparkly, give it a little pop, since a lot of these colors are very pale and there's a lot of white going on here. I wanted something with a little more, like zhuzh it up a little bit, you know what I mean? So this week was actually a pretty busy week. On Wednesday, I basically spent all day baking and cooking for my brother and his wife because they just had a baby and they live about 40 minutes from where I do. So then I drove a ton of food over to their house, and I got to meet my nephew for the first time, and that was really nice. I got some newborn baby snuggles, and that was a really nice time. It was also Joe and I, on Monday, it was our 10-year dating anniversary. So we had like a date night in at home and ordered pizza and played balloons and just spent the evening together. And it was really nice. I can't believe we've been together for 10 years. So that was just like, it feels like way longer than that at a lot of times, just because we met in undergrad, like the very end of undergrad. We met second semester of our senior year, but we've been through medical school and residency together, and it's so weird. And my grad school and all of my jobs and everything, it just feels like so much has happened in the last 10 years. It feels like it should be more time than it actually was. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the 3 books I read this week, though none of them were actually books. 2 of them were novellas, and one of them was a short story that I'm counting as a book because the introduction with the short story combined made it novella length. And not too much to talk about. So the first thing I read was an advanced audio copy of Stuck With You by Hazelwood, and I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's basically like a girl hooked up with this guy, and there's a misunderstanding between them, and they work in the same building, and after this like amazing hookup, they stop talking and they end up in a broken elevator together, and they're stuck in this elevator, and she is forced to confront the misunderstanding and what happened. And I really liked it. Like, I can see why the main character is a little obnoxious, a little like, she definitely makes some like dumb assumptions, the misunderstanding and like lack of communication. So if that really bothers you, you might not like this, but I really liked it. I liked the steam. I liked everything about it. I thought it was a great time. I just have a lot of fun with these like STEMinist, I think that's what the series is called, like the STEMinist novellas. I enjoy it quite a bit. Then the next thing I read was Recitatif by Toni Morrison with an introduction by Zadie Smith. And I really, really loved this. I would recommend reading the introduction before you read the short story. Even though it is analyzing the short story, it also contextualizes a lot of the stuff in the story and some references to places and what those places mean or those things mean that I might not have known. I'm not familiar with suburbs in New York, so I wouldn't know what different suburbs, like what the implication of living in that suburb would mean or something. So I found it really helpful to read that before jumping into the short story. And it is about two girls who meet each other in childhood in a shelter where they're basically in foster care for a period of time. And you know that one of the girls is white and one of the girls is black, but you don't know who is who. And it's just such a thought-provoking short story and how it plays with perceptions of race and, what stereotypes and biases and all of that. So it's such a short story. If that even sounds remotely interesting to you, I would highly recommend picking this up. You can breeze through it in a sitting. It is very, very short. I think the physical book is, with the introduction, 107 pages or something like that. So definitely worth picking it up. And then the last thing that I read was so stupid. It was a Kindle Unlimited romance that I saw the cover of in someone's, maybe like Chandler Ainsley's, one of her romance vlogs or something, or a reading wrap up. I don't know. And it was called Meet Her by Jenika Snow. It was basically like a reverse harem, Ice Planet Barbarians, but with red demons on like a lava planet instead of an ice planet. And it was bad. It was so bad. I rated it 1 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because you can't rate something 0 stars, but I would give this 0 stars. This is not good in any way, shape, or form. Not worth it. Not worth the half an hour it takes to read this dumpster fire of a novella, romance novella, whatever this is, was just so bad. Like, I hate to just be like, this book was bad, but this book was just bad. The steaminess wasn't even like steamy. It was cringe and not very well written. Everything about this was so dumb. But it's like one of those things where I saw the cover and it looked so stupid and I had to know. Like, I had to know how bad it was, and it was just as bad as I thought it would be. So yeah, I normally don't read something to hate it, but this one was more about like, I have to know. After the cover is like ridiculous, I was like, I have to know. So yeah, I will not ever be reading anything like that ever again. So yeah, we are just about at the end of the spread here. And something that I did a little differently is I pulled out my black scripts. I feel like I never reach for those, and I do have a stack of them from Randy.plans that she's like stuck in my orders over the last however many years I've been ordering scripts from her. But I really like how it turned out, so I need to remember to occasionally use the black scripts because they look great. I really like how it turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye, guys.